Hi guys, my name's Amy. Welcome to Strength Reversed. Thanks for watching and welcome to summer. It's drizzling right now, but summer vacation has officially started for me, and look what I got in the mail. I'm so excited because you guys know I'm not a tarot deck collector, so I don't order too many decks, but I did order myself some end of the school year gifts, which I'm going to open one of them for you. I did kind of cheat and open it already. So I do want to give a couple of shout outs before I get started to a couple of people on Instagram. One is Rosemary from Good Journeys Tarot, and she has a YouTube channel too that you should check out. Her theme is sunflowers. Everything's nice and bright, just like her personality. She's really bright. She's very, I guess I would describe her as zen. She's very like calming, and she just has this good energy about her, and I like the way she words things. You know how some people just have a certain way of wording things that you're like, yeah, it just resonates with me. And I think if I knew her in real life, she'd be that friend that I would call to, you know, talk me off the ledge. You know, she would be the voice of reason friend. She's just like, seems very level-headed, but I really like her videos, and I also really like her Instagram. Look for the sunflowers, Good Journeys Tarot. She always has really nice posts. Another person on Instagram I want to give a shout out to is Readings with Jason. He put a really nice post up about my video of the 16 tarot things that bring me tarot happiness, and he talked about resetting the deck and how satisfying that was. And so we really kind of bonded over deck resetting. But check out his Instagram, and he also has an Etsy shop. He gives readings. So that's Readings with Jason. Okay, so I ordered myself a couple of decks. This is the first one that came. The second one that's on its way, I have no idea when it's going to get here, but I am beyond excited about it. It's a deck that I have coveted for several years. Anyway, I'll for sure do a video about that one. But this one is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. It's by Lo Scarabeo. I was looking for a long time for a borderless Rider-Waite. Rider-Waite is kind of my go-to system, and I a lot of times drag my feet before buying a tarot deck because my eyes are bigger than my stomach. All the tarot decks look fabulous, and then sometimes my interest will wane, and I have to kind of put it on the back burner for a while to see if my interest sticks around. But for a long time, I've wanted a borderless Rider-Waite. And so I saw a video by Asainate, the Puure Spiritualist, and I will link her channel below. And she kind of unboxed this deck, and so I ordered it on Amazon, and it said that this says printed in China, which is unfortunate, but it says $26.95, and I did not pay that. I paid maybe $15 to $16 for this. I got it on Amazon, and it said the estimated delivery date was like sometime by July 15th, and then I immediately got an email that I would probably be there in a couple of days. Yet, like yesterday, I checked my mailbox, and before I went to sleep, I checked outside my door, and it was not there. But when I woke up this morning, dun, da, 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 I had an Amazon Prime package. Don't you love this package? I love seeing that. I'm not an online shopper. Like, I will never buy clothes online. I want it now. It kind of annoys me to buy things online, but once it arrives at your door, it's total high, isn't it? So it comes in this kind of box, and it was like all cellophaned. And the little white book is a little fatter than usual, but not any more information than you would get in like a generic little white book. It just looks thick because it's in 5 languages. And then there are a couple of, you know, there's the title card, and here's the back. And then there's a follow Lo Scarabeo on Facebook and on Instagram, and I guess that's a strength card, which is kind of cool. But anyway, the cards are a standard tarot deck size, and they are a glossy finish, which I don't always like. I only have a couple of decks that are glossy, and they're kind of really special decks to me. So, but anyway, I'm not someone who's going to be like, you know, examining the card stock or anything just because I'm like, I don't care, whatever. It looks like a tarot card. It's a tarot card. The sides I kind of think are cool because of the design on the back. The sides are at least a little more interesting than just plain white sides. But I love the bold colors of this deck. And it's borderless. I usually don't mind a modest border, but borderless was calling me. And I love the colors. So much brighter than a lot of decks. So I'm super excited about it. I cannot wait to use it. I was going to do a deck interview, but honestly, I like to sit with my decks for a while before I interview them, and so I am a few days late on a new moon reading, and I think I'm gonna kind of smudge these and get them cleaned up a little bit and then do a new moon reading. So it occurred to me that I might share with you how I take care of a new deck, because I, of course, can't just start reading with it right away. Usually before I read with it, I like to live with the deck for a few days, and I will definitely clean it first, and that's usually by smudging. So when I have one of my decks that I just am cleaning intermittently, I will usually just run it through, I'll light an incense stick and just kind of zhuzh it around and clean it that way. But for a brand new one, I'm going to break out this bad boy and I'm going to smudge the hell out of this thing. It's kind of like getting something from the thrift store. It has to go through the washing machine or get like Lysol wiped. And then I have to, you know, smudge it, and then it sits outside for a couple of days. It has to be mine before I use it. I can't just get a new purse and throw my shit in the bag, because, ew, it's just other people's, like, you know, energy, or let's hope it's just energy. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna light this and really carefully smudge the cards. And I'm going through every single card. And 78. And that also gives me a chance to go through the cards and make sure they're all there, and it unsticks them, because you know how the new cards kind of stick together. So now what I would do is just shuffle them a lot, and I would usually take a few days where they sit outside and I come out and shuffle them intermittently or carry them around with me or kind of bond with them. And I also get a feeling a lot of times, like this deck, I feel like it's almost a little bit like innocent. It's kind of not playful, but I feel like it's really good-natured and really wants to read. It's just a vibe I get from this deck. So I'm going to shuffle these, and then I'm going to do a new moon spread. So if you want to see that, stick around. Okay, I have shuffled this deck a lot and it's pretty well mixed up. And so I'm going to do a new moon reading, and this is what I do almost every new moon. Now I realize I'm running late. Running late's my cardio. But I think the universe is pretty forgiving, and there are still plenty of days left in this lunar cycle to get some useful information out of it. I am going to do this reading as if to read for myself. In fact, this is my reading. And so if you can take something from it, that's cool. And if not, I totally get it. I don't, think that one reading is going to cover everyone here. So here's how I do my new moon readings. This is called the Eye of Horus spread, and I pick a card to represent the first 10 days, second 10 days, and then third 10 days of this moon. And the first 10 days started on June 3rd. And then we have kind of an inner life card and then an outer focus card. And then just an overall message. Ooh. So the first 10 days here, and I really do see this, it's party, party, party. I'm just relaxing. I'm enjoying the sun. I'm enjoying my summer. I kind of just completed something, and I'm not getting too deep into any project. I'm just enjoying myself. I can totally see that happening right now. This tends to happen. I go through this cycle every summer, and that is the first week or so I'm just doing whatever I want, and then I kind of start processing a lot of the issues or questions or problems that I have had to put on the back burner the entire school year. And it's just this, deep recovery time for me. This used to happen with my anxiety. I would be busy during the school year, and then during the summer, I would be very anxious. It's like everything that I shoved way down deep just kind of came bubbling to the surface, and I had to start processing. And so that, being aware of that pattern can kind of change the energy a little bit, and I can find useful ways to channel that energy and rebuild, because I think, this is every teacher in June. And the last 10 days, yay. That's a fun card. I think that I will manage, and I think this is how a reading helps me. I think I will manage these wands just fine, and I will, I see like a new layer. It's like a new layer of the onion kind of being peeled away. And I've talked about this before in readings. There's like this level up, and I don't like the idea of a level, but it's like a new, it's almost like peeling away that old layer and letting the new and improved one come through. Here's what this is telling me. This is kind of what's going on the inside, and that is, I feel like I need to sort of go with these changes and these cycles that happen every year and be okay with that and not be too judgy about that, because like I said, every summer I kind of go through the same process, and I used to resist this process and think, what am I doing wrong? But I think that's just my process and I need to go with it. And then this would be more of an action to take, kind of a homework assignment. And I think I need to really clarify some things for myself. And that is my goal over the summer. I have been on the same path for a while, and it's almost like there's a fork in the road. And I love the disembodied hand in cards because it's just a straight up offering from the universe. So I might need to do some meditation and focus a little bit on something that's being offered that I might not be seeing right now. And then this would be like the overall energy. Heck yeah, I'm going to take this and run. I just think this is some things that I've been working on are happening. I think I have a good start to this summer, and I'm just going to enjoy myself. I'm doing what I want, and I'm clarifying some things for myself. And so I think this, to me, looks like a really productive month, and this doesn't mean necessarily an easy month, because I do think there are things to deal with, but I'm going to have a handle on this. And so I see these, whenever I see these wands, this fire and this water kind of, ill-dignified, right? Negating the other, but I think it's more like working together in this sense. Like that's just a natural, it's just part of how things go. Sometimes I have these ideas in my head and they come really fast and it's hard for me to spit them out. So hopefully this is making sense. Oh, so if you can take something from this, great. I hope it will serve you. And check out those two Instagram channels, Readings with Jason and Good Journeys with Rosemary, and also check out Rosemary's YouTube, and maybe check out some of the other videos I'm linking below about this deck. Thanks, guys.